Well, good morning, afternoon, or evening. This is Carol from Bristol, Virginia. Hope you all had a great weekend, and we're back to getting through the last two chapters of the Millionaire Booklet by Cardone, How to Get Super Rich. And we are on chapter 7. Okay, chapter 9, step 7. So this is about multiple flows of income. Poor people try to replace flows of money, while rich people are trying to add flows of money. Creating multiple flows of income is the holy grail of creating financial freedom and true wealth. At 25 years of age, I was complaining about how little money I was making. Today, I have over 50 streams of income from 5 different companies, including a handful of stocks and mutual funds, which I despise. Interesting. Some of those flows are from the first business that I still own and operate. Some are little drips, and some are like fire hoses. The flows all require different levels of attention. Some require tremendous energy, and others are much more passive flows. I appreciate the value of them all, and I never complain about any of them. Complaining about your money situation never seems to make you more money. The most common mistake people make when creating multiple flows of income is walking away from the current one. The next most common mistake is moving to secondary flows that are not similar to the first, and then being unable to give both proper attention. When creating your second flow of income, make sure to closely connect something parallel or symbiotic to your current flow and never abandon the first flow. For instance, if you work at a company and earn a salary, keep improving on what you do for that company and look for ways to create a second flow parallel to what you are currently doing. Do it within the company you work for during the time you are working. And we have a quote. Complaining about your money situation never seems to make you more money. Most people start a second flow outside of their work, get excited about it, and start ignoring the first one, and end up with one flow again. And then the second one they moved to is weaker than the first one ever was. When you add a second flow, make commitment to never ignore the first one. If you join a network marketing company, use it to supplement your first flow both ways until at some time in the future you can step away from it and never miss it or have someone else manage it for you. Also, make the flows work both ways. Make your new network of people familiar with the first company where you are working and flow business back and forth, strengthening both flows in both companies. And I'm going to interject here a little bit is what we do at Branding University. We teach you how to brand yourself, while on the other hand also being able to integrate your current business or niche at the same time once you've built you up first. So yeah, it works both ways, guys. Robert S. has a salary job creating video content in my office. He was making $45,000 a year with my internet department. He listened to my advice and took on a second flow, selling and earning commissions, bringing that up to $90,000 a year. Then he added a third flow by creating an ad revenue for the GrantCardoneTV.com and produces another $45,000 a year for himself. I call this parallel or symbiotic flows because they work with what he is doing already. He didn't seek another job outside of work. He figured out how to create 2 more flows from the same position during the same period of time and uses his time off for self-improvement so he continues to be brighter, faster, and more confident in his abilities so he can continue to expand. Never turn your back on the primary flows until, if ever, The latter flows are so strong that nothing can possibly destroy or erode them. Even then, you should think long and hard before walking away from any income flow, no matter how small it may be. The same thing holds true when growing your customer base. Never turn your back on customers who got you to where you are now. There comes a time when it does make sense to walk away, but it should be the exception, definitely not the rule. When I was selling cars, I tapped out on how much I could sell. I looked for other things I could do within the dealership to increase my income and to help my customers and the dealer. I learned how to finance the car as well as sell them. Everyone won. The finance manager didn't want to stay late. The dealer didn't have to pay someone else a salary. The customer was taken care of by your boy, GC, and I earned extra money, ultimately making myself more valuable to the company and the customers myself. Another little quote, never abandon the first flow. Nothing creates financial confidence more than multiple flows of income. I have a billionaire friend who invested in my real estate portfolio. I remember when I sent him a check for $9,000, he called me and said, GC, that was a nice little check you sent me today. Good job. $9,000, and the guy is worth, holy cow, $3,400,000,000. Crazy, right? To create multiple streams of income requires commitment and especially discipline in how you are to you. I'm sorry. Let me read that again. To create multiple streams of income requires commitment and especially discipline in how you use your time and money. While this all seems oversimplified, simple works and complex almost never works. This is a rule I have used for years, by the way, with building my business and my company. Simple works. First, increase your income, then add to your income by starting a second symbiotic flow, expanding on the things you are already doing. Bank all additional money so that one day you can make investments. Know what you are investing in until it is not a gamble or a risk, but be a sure thing. This investment should create new flows and new wealth, which will allow you to make new investments that will create additional, more passive flows of income while never taking attention off the earlier ones. That's so important. And one day, buy a jet so you can continue to go wherever you want, when you want, and continue the process and be the guy who gives $1 million to charity. Amen. That's the end of chapter 9. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will again put with this video exactly where you can go to get his book, you know, in the whole 9 yards. But yeah, you need to get this book, and I do charge you for shipping, $4.95, but the book essentially is free. So it's worth its weight in gold, guys. I keep it with me all the time because he said to in the book. So if you missed any of the recordings, they are on my site, and I'm putting them various other places too. But for now, that's today's update on Grant Cardone, how to get super rich. I hope you enjoyed, and God bless, and thank you all for coming. Hi, Rita. So thanks again, guys. God bless. Bye for now.